Hello everyone, I'm Ramit and today I'm back again with another LeetCode problem. Today we'll be solving the LeetCode problem number 115, that is evaluate reverse Polish notation. It is actually a medium level problem, but once you understand the logic on how to do it, it's quite easy actually. See, the question goes like this. You're given a list of tokens. The tokens are like this. We've already got an example. So what we should do is make this into a calculation. That is, this should become 2, 1, then this should be added together. If it was a multiplication sign here, it should be multiplied together. If it was a division, it should be divided. So what we have to do, we have to take these values, two values, and then apply apply what comes next. What comes next means what is the operator that comes. So we'll look at this question. So 2, 1, then we'll add 2 and 1, so we'll get 3. Then there's 3 into, that means you have to into it with 3, so 3 into 3 is 9. So we'll try again with another question. 4, 3, 5. So then 5 and 13 will get divided. So 5 and 13 when gets divided, we get actually 2 point something. But here they have already taken it as 2. Then we'll add it to 4. So it is 4 plus 2 is 6. So that means we should always perform integer divisions. So there's much more examples to do. Everyone please try to go through with them. It will be fun. So now let's try to implement this code in Python. I'm going to use a stack to do this. So let me show you how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to create, so first let me break the question here. So the question is, I'm going to copy this. So this is a question that we have, and I'm going to make a stack. So our stack is going to store all the values that is not into divide, multiplication and all. So the stack will, so when we iterate to this list, so the first time when we get 4, we will check if it is a plus, minus, into, or divide. It is not, so then I am going to push it to my stack. So the first value will be 4. Then my list goes here, my for loop goes here, and then I'll again check if it is a operator, that is plus, minus, into, or divide. No, it is not, it is a number, so I'm going to push it again. So I'm going to push it again. So this is 13. Then my loop will come here. It is not plus, minus, so I'm going to push it again. So the first time when operator comes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out the top two values. That is, I will pop out 5 and 13, and I will perform this on them, So let me show you what I'm going to do. So when that divide comes, what I'll do is I will pop out this 5. That means the 5 will go and it will come out. I will store it as num in, and then I will pop out this 13. Then it will be another number. I will call this n2 and I will call this n1 because 13 comes first. 13 came first, then only the 5 came. So it will be n1 is 13, n2 is 5. Then what I am going to do is n1 divided by n2. That is 13 divided by 5. That too I am going to typecast it as an integer, because we don't get any point values. Everything should be an integer in our output. So after that we'll get the value as 2. and I'm going to push this new 2 here. So now the 13 is gone from here. I will push the new value of 2 here. So the next thing is plus. So when the plus comes, we'll again do the same steps. What are the same steps? We will pop the last two values. So what are the last two values we have now? The last two values we have now are n1 is equal to 4 and n2 is equal to 2. I'm going to pop these two. See, the n1 is 4 because it came first. So I'm going to push it, pop it out. Then what I'm going to do, the the operator we have to do is plus. So I'll do simply n1 plus n2, which will be 6, and our answer is correct. So let's try to implement that logic in our program. It all starts with an implementing a stack. Our stack I'll call stack. And in Python we don't have to implement a stack from scratch. We can implement it simply by making a string, a list. And next we'll iterate through the tokens. So we'll write for t in tokens. For t in tokens. Then next what did we do? We will check if it is plus, minus, into, or divide. So that is an if expression, like if t in plus, minus, into, divide. If t is in here, what we will do, we are going to num2 is equal to stack dot pop. What this pop is going to do is it will pop the value out and it will give us into this num2. So n2 is first, then n1, because n1 came first. Is equal to stack dot pop. Now we have popped the last two values. Then next what we have to do? Next we'll have to decide if we want to into it, divide it, multiply it, etc. So let's put another if statement. If t is equal to plus. If t is plus, what we will do? Rest, not stack. I will update it to the stack. Stack dot append. What am I going to append? I will append num1 plus num2. Then I will write an elif statement. If t is equal to what is plus, then minus. If t is minus, then I will append the stack. I will append the stack with num1 minus num2. Then elif again. If t equal to multiplication, I will do stack dot append num1 times num2. Then the last thing we'll do is else, because they have told that the valid operators are plus, minus, into, and divide. So if it is not these, then it can only be divide. Else stack dot append. I'm going to typecast it to integers because we don't want any point values. We only need integer values. Int num1 divided by num2. Then what we are going to do next? These things we did if it is a non-integer values. So we'll have to put an else statement here. What will happen if it is not in plus, minus, into, or divide? Then we'll append it int of t. We'll append that token itself. That token will be 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. We'll have to typecast it to integer because as the tokens are strings, that is they have taken double quotes there, that is it is strings as in the beginning, so we'll have to typecast it that in. So after this, what is left in our stack, what is left in our stack is the final result we have to show them. So we'll have to return, what will we return? We'll return the stack, but we need one in value. If we return the stack, it will be a list. We need one integer value output, so we will put the stack that is in the first place. That means it will give the only the last value that is left. If you just put stack there, it will return a list, and in LeetCode the output should be an integer. So that will be a problem. So let's try to run it and see if things check out. Okay, we made a slider. Okay, this else should be here, and I'll just change the stack a little bit. So let's run it here again, because this if is for this if, this else is for this else, this else is for this if. So I'm going to run it again. So it works. Then I'm going to submit. It is a pretty good solution. So that's our guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.